Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Buffalo Beer Buzz. It is Thursday, July 30th, 2026. I am alone. My name is Scott. I'm a home brewer just outside of Buffalo, New York. You can follow us at buffalobeerleague.com or find the podcast on YouTube. I am sitting outside right now because it is a gorgeous evening in Buffalo. I think low to mid 70s and sunny. You can't really see it because it's kind of getting blown out, the white balance in this video. But if you want to follow along on video, you can go do so at YouTube. That is YouTube and find West New York Brews, WNY Brews, and you will find the podcast there or anywhere else you find your podcast catcher. So if you would not mind rating and reviewing this podcast, because if you've already rated, oh my goodness, hold on. Brian is texting right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, Brian is saying he's out to dinner. So I'm doing it tonight on my own. And happy to do so. I've got a beer I'm going to tell you about in just a second. And then hopefully next week, Brian and I, it's summer. Summer is really difficult to get schedules to align. But point is, we're going to go through the Buffalo Beer Buzz, which you can find at buffalobeerleague.com. Brian writes it every Wednesday. I think it even came out earlier than Wednesday this week. We're going to go through it together. We're going to tell you what's happening this weekend in the Buffalo beer scene. And we hope to see you out at some of the events. So I'm going to play a theme song while I pour my beer, and I'll tell you all about it in just a second. So I am drinking a Rusty Rail Brewing Double Fog Monster Hazy Double. This is 19 plus ounces of a 9.5% beer. So I expect to be sleeping at the end of this beer tonight. I won't finish the beer on the podcast. I went to Pennsylvania this past week to drop my son off at a BMX camp. And this is brewed and canned at Rusty Rail Brewing, Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania. Quote, the heart of Pennsylvania. So this is a Pennsylvania beer tonight. Yeah, it's got a nice color to it. Look at it right there. People looking on YouTube, if you're listening, go check it out on YouTube. Ooh, it's got an interesting smell to it, as in, ooh, like a sour. I wonder if that's on purpose, or maybe it's just an old beer. Now, there's nothing on the bottom of the can. It's got a sour flavor to it. It's interesting. All right, Rusty Rail, if you're listening, let me know, and I'll stop down in Mifflinburg next time I'm there and get it off the draft and see what it's supposed to be, because I assume that that's not the flavor that I'm supposed to get from a hazy double. Kind of a sour tang to it. I don't know. Let's jump into this week's Buffalo Beer Buzz, which you can find at buffalobeerleague.com. Once again, written by Brian every week. I'm going to share my screen here so you can see it in one moment. Where is it there? Chrome tab. There it is. Share. So I'm doing the one that says Buffalo Beer Buzz, new beers at Thin Man and EBC, Armstrong's Beer Company plan for West Seneca, Open Bags 8, Resurgence's Kickoff to football, Southern Tier X Bold Rock Pum Queen. All right, let's take a look, guys. Thin Man drops a new summer crusher, Mafia Light Lime. Thin Man Brewery has dropped a new version of their Mafia Light Lime, an ultra light and crushable lager that clocks in, are you ready for this, at 3.5% and only 80 calories. With a subtle and refreshing lime note, Mafia Light, this is quote, Mafia Light Lime, aka Summer Water, is here and ready to be crushed by your preferred body of water. Quote, Thin Man says of the new beer, Mafia Light Lime is available now wherever great craft beer is sold, including Chandler Street Breweries, Wagons, and consumer beverages. All right. I'm all on board for light beers. 3.5%. I would much rather drink a 3.5% than a 9.5%. Although I'm gonna have myself some sleep tonight. All right. Let's look at the charge from Ellicottville. Just in time for Bill's training camp, Ellicottville Brewing's The Charge American Lager has returned with a fresh, updated look. According to the brewery, the new Tailgate edition design is inspired by the, quote, hardworking communities across the Rust Belt. It belongs at neighborhood bars, game day gatherings, backyard grills, and kitchen tables, quote. At 4.8%, the charge is made for cooler doors and tap handle pours. Crushable by the can, crisp by the pint, and priced just right to keep in your regular rotation. It's the kind of beer that shows up, fits in, and keeps good company. Wow. That was some copy just now. Whoever was in charge of that did their job. I'm going to read that again. The charge is made for cooler doors and tap handle pours, crushable by the can, crisp by the pint, and priced just right to keep in your regular rotation. It's the kind of beer that shows up, fits in, and keeps good company. Now, that's in quotes, but if that was Brian, hats off. And you know what? To whoever wrote that. The charge is available at all EBC tap rooms and wherever great craft beer is sold. I always appreciate it when Brian puts that in. All right. Oh, man. I'm looking at this for the first time as well right now, the Buffalo Beer Buzz. And this is like all sorts of just Buffalo sports beers coming out. And you know what? In 2 days, it's going to be August. And we get Bills football. All right. Resurgence Brewing kickoff to football beer release. Resurgence Brewing is celebrating the return of their Buffalo Bills themed beers, Circle the Wagons IPA and Pilsner and Buff IPA at a special kickoff to football release party on July 30th. Ooh, that's right now. From 5 to 8 p.m. In fact, it just finished. Sorry about that. Buff IPA is a hazy IPA brewed with Citra and Cashmere hops and features notes of berries and tropical fruit. Circle the Wagons IPA is dry hopped with Citra, Galaxy, and German Amarillo hops and CTW pills. Circle the Wagons pills is a light and crisp American Pilsner. If you wear your favorite Bills gear, you can get $1 off all draft beer, Blackbird cider, and Bright Side Vibes vodka seltzers all night long. There will be Bills seltzers. There will also be beer samples throughout the evening. The event is free and open to the public and unfortunately just passed. But this is why you should check out the Beer Buzz every week when Brian publishes it on Wednesdays, because they will let you know about these kind of things. All right. One of the things that you will find if you follow the Buffalo Beer League on Instagram or Facebook or any of their social feeds is Armstrong's Beer Company eyes a tap room in West Seneca. So let's talk about this. Armstrong's Beer Company, a new venture from Alexander Armstrong, whose family owns and operates Armstrong's Barbershop and Armstrong's Armory, has filed plans with the town of West Seneca to open a new tap room at the former Country Peddlers building. That's 1340 Orchard Park Road. Buffalo Business First reports. Tentative plans call for a taproom space that serves a rotating beer and wine selection, plus a limited food menu of burgers, fries, and light snacks. According to Armstrong, Armstrong's Beer plans to operate a, quote, family-friendly, quote, site, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. with outdoor seating, of course, weather permitting. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. All right, let's talk about Southern Tier for a moment. Southern Tier is introducing Pum Queen Imperial Pumpkin Cider. Southern Tier Brewing has teamed up with Bold Rock Cider on Pum Queen, an 8.6% Imperial Pumpkin Cider. Pum Queen, quote, begins with Bold Rock's signature crisp apple character before unfolding into the familiar magic of pumpkin pie spice. Southern Tier says it's rich, aromatic, and smooth. It's autumn royalty in every sip. At 8.6% ABV, Pum Queen rules with the strength of an Imperial and the confidence of a queen. Raise your glass and bend the knee. Quote, Pum Queen is available now at all Southern Tier tap rooms, as well as wherever great craft cider is sold. Now, I'm going to do this real quick because as I'm reading this, if you're watching on YouTube or following along on YouTube at any point, I have a mustache right now. The beard is gone because, of course, I am the singer in a Queen tribute act called Queen City. You can find us at tributetoqueen.com. So this is my Freddie mustache. I know I am a little heavier than Freddie is or was. The laugh was about the heaviness, not about Freddie no longer being with us. Point being, we will be playing Southern Tier on August 28th, Queen City at Southern Tier Brewing Company. That's in Lakewood on August 28th. And I am sure we will get some pictures with some of the branding and bottles of Pum Queen. So that's Queen City at Southern Tier Brewing Company. It's multiple hours of Queen music. It's a Queen tribute act, so I dress as Freddie. I don't pretend to be Freddie. There's no accent or anything, but I do spray my hair black and I have the mustache for it. And we do Queen music. And I don't sound like Freddie, but I'm the singer. So take that for what you will. We do the songs in the original key. I can hit the notes. Who can sound like Freddie, right? Come on. All right, let's talk about a massive collab. Open Bags returns for the 8th time. Open Bags, a massive collaboration between dozens of breweries across the state, is back for an 8th installment. Brewed at Brockport's Stoneyard Brewing, Open Bags 8, a collab between Eli Fish, Nine Maidens, Solitude Brewing, Brazen Brewing, Kiyuka Brewing, Heritage Hill Brewing, Watershed Brewing Company, Spotted Octopus Brewing, Swiftwater Brewing, Irondicott Beer Company, Runaway Blue Brewing, Noble Shepherd Crabbery, Mountain King Brewing, Lake Drum Brewing, Buffalo Brewing, Stumbling. I couldn't do it. Oh, I tried. Stumbling Monkey Brewing, Talking Cursive Brewing, and Drumlins Brewing. This year's collaboration features 12 different fruits. Okay, I can do this though in one breath. Here we go. Watermelon, banana, pink guava, lemon, prickly pear, pineapple, dragon fruit, grapefruit, boysenberry, coconut, Niagara grapes, and apples, as well as marshmallow and vanilla. A limited quantity of Open Bags 8 will be available on draft and in cans at each participating brewery while supplies last. Now, I kind of trailed off on the last time, so I'm going to go through those breweries again. You ready? This is where you can get Open Bags, a massive collab at Eli Fish, Nine Maidens, Solitude Brewing, Brazen Brewing, Kayuka Brewing, Heritage Hill Brewery, Watershed Brewing Company, Spotted Octopus Brewing, Swiftwater Brewing, Irondicott Beer Company, Runaway Blue Brewing, Noble Shepherd Craft Brewery, Mountain King Brewing, Lake Drum Brewing, Buffalo Brewing, Stumbling Monkey Brewing, Talking Cursive Brewing, and Drumlins Brewing. It's Irondicott, right? All right. If you want to tell me that I'm wrong, you can find me on socials. It's at WNY Brews in a bunch of places. Typically, I'm on Blue Sky the most lately, but I'm on Facebook. You can call the hotline, 716-486-BEER, and let us know what beer you've been drinking lately so we can talk about it on the best beer I drank this week. And we do have if you're listening, we do have a voicemail in the hold ready for the next episode. So check out wherever you get your podcast for the best beer I drank this week. When the next episode comes out, we've got a voicemail from somebody, no spoilers, telling us their favorite beer that they're drinking currently. And yeah, that's about it. I really hope to see you guys out at some beer events soon. I'm going through here. Oh, you know what? Before I hang up, we're going to go to buffalobeerleague.com because there's some other articles I want to let you know about. Hot topics. Why does lager taste better in the summer? It's science. Just published yesterday on the 29th. There's a full article about Armstrong's Beer Company eyes Taproom in West Seneca. Um, can we bring back the Trebuchet, which was a phenomenal event that I'm sure some of you remember at least. Trebuchets. Um, and then articles about the beer keep and the article that we talked about last week. So anyway, everybody, thank you for following along with me. This has been a presentation of Buffalo Beer League and West New York Brews. I forgot to mention, I'm going to mention it right now. We are a member of the Hopped Up Network, and I just got a message from them, and I'm happy to see that they are still going strong. So check out hoppedupnetwork.com for other local beer podcasts, independent local beer podcasts, including, of course, Buffalo Brews podcast. Friends of our podcast, Buffalo Brews. They have a wonderful website at Hopped Up Network. It's really easy to follow along with all of the latest episodes, including barely getting started 15.1 My Fest Lager from Buffalo Brews podcast with Jason and then Craig Altabello from Magic Bear Brewing. If you are not listening to them as well, you absolutely should be. And you can find that podcast and our podcast and many other beer podcasts at hoppedupnetwork.com. All right. Hey, everybody. Cheers. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this week or with me. Again, summer is a really tough time. So hopefully next week, Brian and I get together. And if not, maybe it'll just be me. Maybe it'll just be Brian. But we hope that you're drinking some great local beer, even if mine is from Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania. And we'll talk to you soon. All right. Cheers.